Karan Johar obviously is a man who brought many students of the years into our life, but today we have a masterclass of another kind with him, a man who knows everything about time management and of course people management. Karan, you seem to be all in the mood for business today, though. You're one of the most entertaining people we know, but very business-like today, right?
Yes, very. I mean, I think the responsibility at FICCI requires a whole different kind of attitude.
Absolutely.
So the businessman in me is really quite inactive. I'm not really inherently, my business acumen is close to zero. But I think my understanding of the industry, its issues, policy changes that are required, and I think basically broadening the base of the media and entertainment industry is something that I've always been very passionate about, more so because of my love for the movies and even the business of the movies. Though personally my business acumen is not very strong, so I don't recommend my own advice at times. But I think the passion for the industry as a large drives me to be here, and I think my participation with FICCI Frames has been, it's now my 5th year, and of course post Yash uncle, our loss that I think we've been literally burdened by. I think it's a tremendous I would say vacuum to fill by Uday and me, but he had an aspiration, he had a dream, he had a vision for not only FICCI but also the film fraternity at large, and I think achieving his vision, achieving those dreams and aspirations definitely high up on our agenda. Simultaneously making the industry more proactive in achieving these measures is something that I wish to do personally, because I feel very strongly that we have a very lazy industry when it comes to solutions. When it comes to crisis, we stand tall and we stand first in line. But to solve that crisis is an ongoing process that is not just crisis ridden, it's something that we have to do constantly. So I think we need more proactivity by the fraternity, which is my endeavor to achieve.
You know, it's interesting that you brought up this, you know, I was actually kind of going to lead up to this at some point.
I was trying to answer all your questions.
Yes, they're all in pretty much one go now. But, you know, obviously the fact that you said, you know, practically burdened by this loss, and it seems to be something that you have taken upon yourself to fill. You know, they say that some people have greatness thrust upon them in some ways. Do you think that in this case it has also been similar?
Think in Yash uncle's case, who was like a father figure to me, what I admired about him, apart from the fact that I think he's the country's finest filmmaker, but what I admired about his passion, not only for the movies he made, but for the industry he operated within. I think the causes of the industry, I remember my father and Yash uncle together combating piracy, coming together when there was a problem within the industry, and I think that's what I was very inspired by. That you don't just don't work towards making a film and achieving your selfish need, but worrying about the community and which is the community you work within. And I think that's our endeavor at FICCI, is to worry about the community that makes this content, makes these movies, so many verticals. I think we need to protect ourselves and constantly get out of our own picture and see the larger picture, literally pun intended there. And that's what I think Yash uncle did. He worried about the larger picture, and he worried about like he was concerned on a daily basis about, you know, our impediments, our obstacles that come in the way of our growth. And I think really that's something that I've imbibed and I wish to emulate.
And also another thing which a lot of us are noticing, so to speak, is not just obviously there are issues that are to be solved on a practical basis, but also this sort of attitude towards mentoring youngsters, to mentoring new talent. That's something we've really seen you come to the fore with as well lately. Is that also part of his legacy in a way, or is that just Karan Johar wanting to inject new talent?
I am a byproduct of the Yash Chopra school of thought, not just cinema but thought. So I have very closely watched how he made his movies, how he chose different genres, and even his whole approach to the industry. Launching new talent is something that of course I always did, because I was one of those I would say youngsters that was given an opportunity. I remember when I was an assistant and I immediately got a breakthrough film by my father, but I was given that support from someone like Yash uncle, his son Aditya. So I feel the need to mentor definitely, because I believe that first time filmmakers are hungry filmmakers, and I think that hunger needs to be leveraged. As in with young acting talent, which we did with Student of the Year, and hope to continue in that vein. I believe that Dharma is not just a film production house, but we're growing into a little bit of an institute of sorts, where we kind of work, where we only bring on assistants or young actors into the fold if we see that there's potential for them to be to grow within the company. as we speak, I think we are working with our 12th debut director now. And that's a lot of directors to have been launched. And we have 3 new actors, and we hope to expand that pie as well. So I'm hoping that many years later, there will be many success stories of filmmakers and actors to tell from Dharma Productions.